York's very own muscle building coaches, Anthony Bevilacqua and Pete Kacharian, proudly present to you New York Muscle Radio.
What's up, guys? Anthony Pete, New York Muscle Radio Network here. We're going to show you how to use occlusion training for biceps, but today we're going to use an easy curl bar and I'm drawing a blank. What the hell is this thing called?
Arm blaster.
Thank you. My co-host is one of the good co-hosts. So we're going to use an arm blaster, which is, I believe, my secret to getting bigger biceps, especially when using a straight bar or an easy curl bar. The reason why I'm using an easy curl bar, just a little different change of pace. Usually I would do a straight bar, but today I felt like using this. So again, like in the last episode, you're going to slip on your occlusion band, put it all the way up on the bicep. Again, right underneath the delt. You need to be here, just like that. Pull it nice and tight. Again, you want to be like a 7 out of 10 with tightness, but I usually give it a little more of a snug. So I'm always like more of a 9. And that's just where I keep it.
Yeah, I think probably the more often you use them, the more comfortable you'll get pulling them tighter. So you probably, when you started, you probably pulled it a little closer to the 7, worked your way up to a 9. So definitely start with like a 7, don't go right to a 9.
And you want to make sure they're always even tightness. So again, I'll always play around. Now, again, using my arm blaster here, I just like this because it takes the shoulder out of the equation and allows you to really focus on your biceps a little more. So same thing as the other day. I do 5 sets of 12 with these, and I feel like that's optimal. I grab right here. All right, man, your turn to talk.
All right. So yeah, again, when you're using the arm blaster and when you're using the occlusion bands, you're definitely going to be limited in the amount of weight you can use. So this is light to moderate weight for him. This is definitely not heavy. So, he could probably put another 25 on each side and still do the same amount of reps if the bands were off. So when you use occlusion training, you're definitely going to want to cut the weight down because, again, the purpose of doing occlusion training is to get the most out of your training while still using the lighter weights.
Yeah, and I like, again, using the arm blaster because it allows me to lock my elbows in place. Hard. And I'm able to squeeze against my biceps a little more. Whereas when I'm loose, I have nothing to kind of brace my elbow against. It's weird, but that makes sense?
Yeah, and as you can see, even just from that one set, you can see there's a lot of blood flowing in his biceps right now because, again, the occlusion bands are keeping all that blood in the muscle. So every rep he does, there's more and more blood being pumped into the muscle. And because those bands are on there tight, that blood cannot go back out of the muscle. So he's trapping all that blood in there. So he's going to get a really big pump just doing light weights and a decent amount of reps. So he's not overloading the joints with any heavy weights or anything like that. Light weights has the band on really strict form because his elbows can't even move. And then all that weight is staying in there. So the pump is really painful too as well.
And I always feel like I can get a better squeeze on top using this. Again, like I said, I brace my elbow, but I can definitely squeeze my arms a little more with the arm blaster.
How many sets are you doing total? You said 5? Okay.
That was 2.
So that's only two sets so far, and already his arms are pretty pumped up. I can tell that pump is good. So now the next 3 sets are just basically going to be more sets to keep pumping more and more blood into the muscle. So again, it's going to be a really fast exercise. It's only going to be a couple minutes, but it's 5 sets, really short rest, moderate to high reps, moderate weight. I mean, even for him, this weight is light, but because he has the bands on, he's struggling with it. So.
That is tough.
Yeah, again, when you do this, you're going to expect to definitely experience one of the more painful pumps you've ever gotten. So.
Man, that's hard. I use a little bit of momentum too. I can't talk.
Yeah, in general, I like to use a little bit of momentum with barbell curls, just in general to get him up. Again, every time he lowers it, it's only his biceps working. And the purpose of doing occlusion is you want to get as much blood into that muscle as possible. So doing a little bit of momentum just to get more reps in is okay, because again, the purpose of this is he's trying to get as much blood into that muscle. So any way in which you could do that, even with occlusion too, you can definitely incorporate, even if you start burning out, even just getting a couple quarter reps in if you can't complete the full reps, because again, you're using light weights just pumping blood into that muscle.
I always lean forward a little bit too on the bottom. Explain why.
Yeah, he leans forward on the bottom. He wants to get a complete stretch in that bicep, so he's going for a full stretch and a full contraction. So again, that's going to add to a greater pump as well.
One more set. Man, this is tough. Doesn't look that hard, but it's really tough.
These are short rest periods, and again, the weight is pretty moderate. Even without those bands on, it can still be difficult because he's not resting long at all. And with those bands on, it's making it even harder. You'd have to rest longer to clear that lactic acid out with these bands on. So even if you didn't have the bands on in the short rest periods, this weight would get heavy very fast. So he's, doubling up on how hard it is.
Like, this is burning right now, both biceps.
And as you can see, the color is changing a little bit in there again because there's a ton of blood just trapped in there. So it's normal if you start getting a little bit of a bluish, purplish type color in there. Again, these bands are only going to be on for a very short period of time, so it's nothing to be worried about. As long as you don't keep it on there for an excessive amount of time. As you can see, we've got one more set here, then those bands are coming right off. Last set.
Four more.
Come on, you got it.
One more. Oh man. Hard.
Alright, as you can see, showing the difference there. See, definitely a difference in color right there. And you can see all the blood's in there. A few minutes from now, that blood will start to circulate back out of the biceps.
Whew. But as you can see, super pumped really fast. That was a couple minutes worth of work there. But there was a lot for the biceps to handle. So, again guys, this is how you do occlusion for barbell stuff. Anthony Pete, New York Muscle Radio, and we're out. Oh, my arms.
My name is Anthony Bevilacqua, and I'm the host of New York Muscle Radio podcast. My arms have been a weak point for years. When I started training, my arms measured 11 inches. Even after many years of hardcore training, nothing would get them to grow. With the help of my co-host, Big E, we set out on a mission to gain 1 solid inch to my arms in 12 weeks.
In the greatest experiment of all.
12 weeks later, this program finally helped me get 18-inch arms. The 12-week arm experiment, the ultimate arm growth program, ebook, the audio book, and the workout video. Pick up your copy now on NewYorkMuscleRadio.com.